Red Voyage News, splashing the check-in. Thank you for tuning in. Youth pastor arrested for third time in over a month on voyeurism charges. Now, there is a news publication out here in Taiwan called Taiwan News that was running this same story. But the only difference is, on Vlad TV, they show the criminal's face, his mugshot. All right. Of course, on Taiwan News, they protect a lot of these people that write for, Taiwan News, Focus Taiwan. The ones that write the articles in English, they're white. And if they're not white, they're Asian, but they're white sympathizers. Okay. A lot of white sympathizers. Not to say that, there's something wrong with being a white sympathizer, but I would say the thing is I would say they are white supremacist sympathizers, because if there was an Asian person or, that wrote this article, why are you protecting him? And a lot of people might look at this and say, Splash, it's not a big deal. Yeah, it is a big deal because, I've lived in China. I've lived in Thailand. I've lived in Taiwan. I've been to Singapore, Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, Laos, Cambodia, Hong Kong. Did I say Singapore already? Yes. So, been in many different countries out here. And they run stories differently. Okay? When it's a Caucasian person in Asia, they don't lead the story with his race. Okay? A lot of times they don't even show his mugshot or a picture of the suspect. They'll say, British man caught in drug smuggling ring in Thailand. You see that all the time. They'll blur his face. They'll go by his nationality instead of his race. All right. But when somebody African or somebody African American or somebody Caribbean does something, they don't say Jamaican man did such and such. They don't say Black African British man did this, that, and the third. They don't say Nigerian man did this, that, and the third. African American did this, that, and the third. They say Black man did this, and the third. They got his mugshot. They show his face, and they always label him as Black. They never lead the story with his nationality. American man, Jamaican man, Trinidadian man, Nigerian, no, Black. Y'all lumped into one. And, in Asia, they don't like that. They don't like it if you lump Japanese people in with Chinese people, say, hey, we're not Chinese. Hey, but everybody's Asian, right? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The sins that they commit don't fall on us, and vice versa. So, I just kind of wanted to point that out because I am going to promote my buymeacoffee.com page, and I talk about stuff like this, in my videos if you become a member. But anyways, youth pastor arrested for third time in over a month on voyeurism charges. Basically, he set up a camera in the bathroom at the church. And the camera wasn't in the girls' bathroom. It was in the boys' restroom. David Nims, 37, was charged with 4 counts of video voyeurism. The latest arrest comes less than 6 weeks after a teen boy found a camera hidden under a bathroom sink at Calvary Baptist Church in Pensacola, Florida. Nims was arrested and posted $10,000 bond the same day. So all he had to do was pay $1,000. And this is the third time he got arrested in over a month. And he still has his church. Members are still attending that church, giving their donations. This man is sick. He has a problem. Now, if you have a sexual preference of liking men, there's nothing wrong with that. That's your sexual preference. But there is a problem when your preference is young boys and you're setting up cameras in the boys' bathroom. You want to know something? I'm surprised that he's been arrested. And knowing what I know about churches, this wasn't his third time doing it. probably his 20th time doing it, 30th time doing it, in my opinion. I could be wrong. Allegedly. Most of the time when you have pastors, committing crimes like this, molestation, pedophilia. I mean, I know he just said this is voyeurism. It's totally different, but I'm going to give you an example in a minute of a church that my parents took me to when I was growing up. But you got a lot of these guys out here with voyeurism, issues with voyeurism, sexual assault, molestation, rape, pedophilia. A lot of the times, the church congregation don't turn them in. The congregation don't hand them over. They do not hand them over to the police. A lot of them just say, hey, just leave the church. Because it's a community. It's like, yes, it was your influence or whatever that led me here. Word of mouth led me here. But I built up, relationship and a level of rapport with some of the other members to the point where I don't want to leave this church. I don't want to lose my connections with the people at this church. So we much rather you leave and get help, or, eventually we're going to have to hand you over to the proper authorities. And my parents, they took me to a church where not the youth pastor, but the head pastor of the church was having sex with somebody from the youth ministry. Sneaking around having sex with an underage girl, and he did it more than once. And I remember the day he came up to the pulpit to say that he was just spiritually, he just needs a rest. I'm spiritually drained. I've been preaching for this long. I want this pastor to come and take over. I'm spiritually drained, and I just need a break for a little while. And then, once I recharge, I'm gonna come back and spread the gospel even harder, and there'll be a new me. Everybody gave him a standing ovation. And I'm just paraphrasing what he said, but he said it way better than I just did. Everybody gave him a standing ovation. People were saying they were going to miss him. But then the next week, there was another pastor there that actually, a runner-up pastor, assistant pimp, who came up to the podium, the pulpit, and apologized to the congregation, saying that was a lie. We don't condone his actions here. He didn't say what he did, but then later on I found out he was having sex with a minor from the youth ministry. And they didn't call the police on him. They didn't hand him over to the police. What is he doing right now? This dude is traveling abroad preaching the gospel. And his wife is right there by his side. And I'll just say that he's in a country where the age of consent is way younger than 18. I'll just put it that way. The wife is co-signing his fuckery, standing by him. You see, maybe because he can't really practice. I don't know. Do preachers get a preaching license? Maybe it got revoked in America. I don't know. But I do know he didn't get arrested for it. Okay. But anyways, during the investigation, they said the police found 8 more videos that were recorded in the church bathroom just months ago, prompting this latest arrest. Nims is currently being held on an $80,000 bond, and as of Tuesday remains in custody. Okay, I guess the first booking was $10,000 bond. He was released from jail 3 days later. Okay, I read that wrong. My bad. He's on $80,000 bond right now, but you got to put up $8,000. But who knows what's going to happen. All right. If you love the content that I'm posting up on this YouTube channel and you want to support, make a donation, click the link in the description box below to my buymeacoffee.com page. Hover over the support tab and you can leave a donation, quote unquote, buy me a coffee. And the minimum amount you can donate is $5. If you're interested in learning more about the do's and don'ts on living in Asia, traveling in Asia, you could become a member. Okay. That doesn't mean that you have to live abroad, or doesn't mean that you're interested in living abroad and that's why you should listen, but you should listen because the videos are very entertaining. And I shine a light on what's really going on in Asia. All right. Like, subscribe, comment, share this video, donate. Catch you in the next video. Peace.